Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, I will finally be purchasing my first official business. Now, I technically do have a business on my account already. I do indeed own a nightclub, which I got for free when starting up the account. However, the nightclub is only good for passive income. I want a way to earn income that is aggressive, either doing heists or some sort of job. And there's obviously a lot of different businesses that I'm able to get my hands on and mess around with. Now, originally I was going to buy an auto shop because the auto shop allows you to upgrade vehicles past level barriers. I'm level 20 on this account, and you can't even get bulletproof tires at a level 20. I think you have to be a level 25. So you're limited by a lot of upgrades. However, as people have pointed out to me, the Vinewood Car Club Garage allows you to upgrade vehicles whether you are level 1 or level 100. So because of that, there's really no point for me to buy an auto shop as of now, when I can book it and do it a little bit later and focus more on making money, judging that I can just upgrade my vehicles in the Vinewood Car Garage, which is really nice. As we can see, I've also fully upgraded an HSW vehicle, which I made a video on the other day talking about how you can get an HSW vehicle for free. And I chose the Banshee, and I think the Banshee's great. Some people are saying it's kind of slippery on its handling, but I don't see that. Personally, I think it handles fine, and for long drives like the one I'm currently doing here, the Banshee is really, really important to use. So, as we can see, I have $3.17 million on this account, and I've actually earned a bit more than that. I spent some of it on the Banshee, so I've earned around $3.6 million so far on this account, and I've only spent $450,000, which is on the Banshee and the upgrades. But today we are going to make that number quite a bit larger, as I've decided that I am going to purchase a Kosatka. This is just the best way of earning money in the game. And while I do want to get my hands on an agency, and I want to get my hands on a lot of other ways of earning money, I think owning the Kosatka and being able to do the Cayo Perico heist quickly and redo it over and over and over is going to allow me to purchase the other businesses I need as fast as possible. So obviously it does not matter what color I make my Kosatka, but it's cheap, so I will paint it a color because you can see it's only $75,000. So how about we do this blue? That looks kind of cool, although I like the red as well. You know what? I'm just going to go with the blue. Blue's fine. Don't care about a flag unless oh, the flag's free? Never mind. There you go. Put the good old US of A flag on it. Sonar station is useless. The guided missiles are useless. The weapon workshop is useless for me. The only thing that I want is the Sparrow, but I can't afford that right now, so we're just going to purchase the base Kosatka for 2.27. And there you go. Now we own the Kosatka. So the amount of money I've spent has gone from $400,000 to $2.7 million. We still have around $900,000 in my account. It's always good to have some sort of buffer zone of cash. You never want to spend all the money you have and then have no money left over after that. So it's always smart to at least have a little bit. What we're going to do now is go to preferences, and ideally I should be able to set my spawn location. Never mind, I can't set my spawn location to the Kosatka, so I guess I'm going to have to go request that and make my way over to it. Before some of you tell me, poo, but the Cayo Perico heist is not a business. Because a lot of people, for some reason, think that a business and a heist are two different things. The literal definition of the word business is a person's regular occupation, profession, or trade. And I think we can all agree that robbing El Rubio can be counted as an occupation or profession, judging that I make millions upon millions of dollars doing so. In other words, the Cayo Perico heist is a business. Robbing El Rubio is my business. That's how I'm making money. So people that are going to say it's not a business, well, argue with the definition of the word. Now what sucks is that I don't have the Sparrow. And what that means is to actually make my way to the Kosatka, I'm going to have to call in a dinghy through the interaction menu to actually get there, which, as we know, is going to be a major pain in the butt. Good news is for some of the missions, I can just fast travel right inside the Kosatka, setting my spawn location there. But for the others, that really isn't possible, so it's going to be rather annoying to make my way to the Kosatka. For any new player watching this, and you're wondering how you call out a dinghy, Well, first thing is you got to make your way over to the ocean, of course. And then what you want to do is go into the interaction menu, go to Service Vehicles, Kosatka, and you're going to see Request Dinghy as an option. So after I press that, you can see that a personal dinghy has spawned on the map. And at least it makes life a little bit easier than having to swim all the way over to the Kosatka. It's still a little annoying, but it's better than nothing, right? That's one of the downsides of using a submarine. We have to get to the sub. So probably the first purchase I'm going to make after getting the Cayo Perico heist done is I'm going to purchase a Sparrow. Because once I have the Sparrow, life is easy. I'm able to really do whatever I want. I'm able to travel where I need to. And it's going to be really, really nice. But, obviously, we have to do the heist first. And we should get a first-time bonus as well, which is pretty dang sweet. So, let's make our way right inside the Kosatka, hop in through the front. And I'm going to skip past this cutscene because nobody wants to hear Pavel talk for the next 18 years. Although I do like Pavel. I think he's one of my favorite characters out of all the characters. There we go. I have scoped out the drainage tunnel. This is the most important thing to do when scoping for the Cayo Perico heist. And if you're a newer player, you need to make sure to make your way over to the location I'm on the map and swim it down to the drainage tunnel, which is right in that opening over there. The reason why is because that is the fastest way into the compound without being detected to do the Cayo Perico heist. And the nice thing is that the game also gives you a boat for the first scope mission, meaning that you can just drive the boat wherever you need to go. So it's actually quite nice. And I wonder if we can just launch this boat. No, I was really hoping I could launch the boat up on the up to where I was before, but looks like that's not a possibility. So I'm gonna have to make my way all the way back around the island. But just the fact that I was able to do this is obviously quite nice, and at least now I'm not gonna have to worry about how I'm gonna enter the compound. Finally, I am ready to leave the island. That took a lot longer than I wanted it to, a good 30 minutes, but that's what happens when you do the scope for the first time. You have to go through a whole lengthy thing. They're going to show you what you're going to take, where you're going to go. Makes sense, but obviously takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, so we're done, and now I'm finally able to actually do the setups for the heist. So, I'm going to do the setups, and, well, we'll be back when the real deal's ready.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Woo! That took a lot longer than I thought it would to get all the setups done. About an hour and a half. Normally it's like 30 minutes for me to do that. But the problem is, when I don't have a Sparrow, I have to physically drive a car back and forth, and then call out a dinghy, drive it over to the Kosatka. I did park my Kosatka near land, as we can see, but it's still pretty painful. By the way, fun little fact that some of you may not know, inside of your Kosatka, there's actually an area where you can grab full snacks. A lot of people don't know this, and, you know, as a low level, you have less health than a high level character. I don't know if it has it in your character stats, which we can see, but you, under strength, have less health, which kind of sucks, because when you're getting shot at by NPCs, you just kind of die. It's very annoying, so I spam through snacks like crazy. So let's actually start up the finale here, purchasing super heavy armor. To be honest, I shouldn't really need snacks. The heist is pretty easy to complete, as many of you know. So let's start off with our approach vehicle, being the long fin. Bruh, do I have to listen to Pavel? Okay, no. Alright, good. Then we have our infiltration point. I only have one spot that I can infiltrate through. I should have probably scoped out main dock, but it doesn't matter too much. The only thing that's important is that my entry point is the drainage tunnel. This is the major spot that I needed to grab, so with the drainage tunnel we're good. We also need an escape point. Let me turn down Pavel. Nobody wants to hear him speak. I wish you could mute the audio of the characters. Time of day can make all the difference. It really doesn't. I don't think it does. We're going to go for daytime. Weapon loadout. We are obviously going to put suppressors. You need to. And there you go. All right. Everything is fully set up. So we have the Madrazo files, which is worth 1.1 million, which is a decent payout. And not only are we going to get the Madrazo cut, but we are also going to grab secondary targets at the hangar. If we add all that with a first-time bonus, I'm not exactly sure how much the first-time bonus is. I think it's like $100,000, but that'll be pretty nice. So with the $100,000 bonus, and the fact that we're going to do it, I think it's on hard mode. I could be wrong, though. I don't know what the heist is on the first time, but we're going to find out. An annoying cutscene later, I am finally able to, well, actually do the heist. So, we're going to try and do everything perfectly here. I'm going to do the Elite Challenge and complete it pretty quickly. Usually it's around 10 minutes for me to complete the heist. However, this is on console, and I'm used to PC, so I'm not sure if everything's going to work out exactly the same. However, it should. So what we're going to do is make our way over to the airstrip, and first things first, we're going to aim it on this guy right here, and bonk. There you go. Take him out. Now that he's gone, we are going to hop inside of the hangar and grab our secondary targets. Now, if there's not enough here, we can also make our way to the other spot, but there should be plenty here. Let's see what we're working with. Well, we have cash on the first level, and we also have some stuff up there. Is that coke? Actually, I'm going to take a look at what's on the higher level as well, because it doesn't hurt. Even if, you know, I grab all this cash, I still have to grab stuff above me anyway. So let's head on the forklift. And for any of you that are unaware, most of you probably know this at this point, but for any beginners that are unaware, if you grab these boxes here, you can then bring them up to this wall. You raise the forklift, and then you push it against the wall. You can climb on the back of it, and then hop right over the fence. And that is how we can make our way inside to grab our secondary targets. And it looks like it's more cash. So, weed is the most profitable, and then cash is the least profitable. However, it's not much of a difference. Rockstar basically equilibrated most of the secondary targets pay out, so as long as you fully fill your bag, that's really all that matters, and that's exactly what I'm going to focus on here. We have plenty of secondary targets. I'm pretty sure 1 weed and 3 cash is going to be all we need, so let's grab it. Also, fun little fact, while you're grabbing, if you press the pause button, your character will grab it for you, and you don't have to spam the grab button, which is actually kind of nice, as we can see. There you go, we're 2/3 of our bag filled, and now we're just going to climb back over this. Oh, oh god, oh, that's not what I wanted, game. That is not what I wanted. What the heck? I'm in here now. Okay, well, that's a new one. I guess that was a shortcut. Okay. It just teleported through the wall. Alright, well, let's grab this little bit of loot. We have a little bit left to grab, which is right here, and then we'll be all done. Should be over $300,000, which will be pretty sweet. Yeah, sweet. 318, 24, 27, 35. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Getting like full coke is like 400,000, so it's only like a $70,000 difference between the two. And my bag's filled, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. Now we can make our way back to my boat. And once we get on the boat, we head over to El Rubio's compound. Oh, my boat went a little bit away from shore. Try not to park your boat directly on the shoreline, because what happens is it'll kind of scrape off the shore and then go all the way off into the water. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's only going to take me, 10 seconds of swimming here. But, as I always say, it's just a waste of time, and if you are cut for time at the end of your heist, it can make a difference. So, let's turn our boat here. Turn, turn, turn. This thing turns so slow. But, there you go. Alright, we were able to make the turn. I know that you can use the handbrake to turn it better, but you can't do it while reversing, and I'm always worried that I might not make the turn, so I always make sure I have more than enough room to make it. So, what are we going to do here? Well, we are going to make our way to his compound. Fun fact, the Longfin is the fastest boat in the game, going over 140 miles per hour. I mean, look at how fast we're going here. People don't realize, but the Longfin is actually insanely fast. If you were to rank it in terms of vehicles against cars, it would be like the top 20 fastest cars. Like, that's how fast this thing is. So, it's actually rather impressive. We're getting there. We gotta roll around this corner, and then we will finally be able to break into the compound. I'm glad that you're actually able to scope areas while doing your first scope. I wasn't sure if it was gonna force me to just do what it wanted, but I was actually able to just immediately scope out the drainage tunnel, which is really nice. So, here we are, and let's park our boat here. Sweet, and jump right off. Or not. Okay, we should have a rebreather. Yes, we do. I'm not always sure if you come with one. And now we have to swim over here and inside. Now, I'm going to showcase my strategy when it comes to the heist and how to complete it really easily. I've obviously showcased this a lot on the channel, but it is just the easiest way to complete the Cayo Perico heist. So we cut through that, and now we're cutting through this, and beautiful. Going over here, and, oh, missed that one. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And then we got to do one final cut. Yeah, perfect. I got to be honest, that was pretty easy to cut through. Sometimes it's a pain and you'll miss like one here or there and you have to go back a couple times, but nah, that was pretty easy. I'm gonna be honest, that was pretty dang easy. Okay, we are finally entering his compound. We should be in and out of the compound in maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Usually I try to do 5 minutes on outside the compound, 5 minutes inside, but you have to add in the escape time as well, so it's usually like 5 minutes plus the escape. So it's pretty quick to do the Cayo Perico heist. I know that a lot of people say it's boring, but as a player who's on broke to billions, it is the most important way to get my other businesses built up, and it's why I always push the heist so hard, because if you're a new player, this is what you need to be doing to make money in this game. It is just the best way. So we're going to climb over this fence, and now we're just going to wait for this guard in front of me to turn, and once he turns, we can hop right behind him. We're going to grab our pistol, and keep on going, ignore you. And also, we're not doing the heist on hard mode, because I do have a life. You can't see it, but I can see it, because my camera's blocking it. Alright, there you go. Get rid of him, and we are now officially inside of his main area. So we're going to start by opening up his little wall safe, and hopefully we get some money. We're at 335, 373. Oof. That wasn't much, but it's also not too big of a deal. Now we start doing the hack. I am not the best on the hacks, to be entirely honest, but we'll see how I can do. There you go, there you go, there you go, and... oh, I thought I had done it, but I guess not. I messed one of these up. There you go. I knew one of them was messed up. The others looked fine to me. Okay, now we gotta do this one. That was pretty easy. Okay, and we got one more to go. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. What am I missing here? That one looks fine. This looks fine. This looks fine. There you go. You always got to just match which ones look good and which ones don't. That only took about 40 seconds to do, and we're already done with our hack. So we can make our way inside the basement. This is only going to take me like 5 seconds to do. I'm going to get a message from Pavel, which is going to tell me the code, and then we're just going to put that code right into the safe, and he should give me the code as soon as I cut through this. There you go. 193888. Okay, let's see. 19 boom 38 boom and 88, and done. There you go. Thank you very much. And we have the Madrazo files. We have a $1.5 million take right now. Obviously, there's going to be a fencing fee and a bit of other fees, but still, that's $1.5 million. And now, I just have to make my way over here, and we have to leave the compound, which is very easy to do. Just keep running down the stairs, and the Juggernaut's not a problem. You're just going to run around all these guards. This guy's going to walk past you, and you're going to jump right down here, just like this. We're going to walk around and straight to the exit. That's just how easy it is to do the heist. Boom. Okay, so now the exit is super simple. We're going to kill one guard on the motorcycle, and we're going to escape before the helicopter can detect the dead body. There's other ways of doing this. You can obviously run to a different area, but the way I'm going to showcase is the fastest because it just saves so much time. Normally, if you kill a guard on a motorcycle, the helicopter will detect the dead body, and then you'll have to waste time. Also, just run up to a guy and bop him in the face. It's a lot easier. You can see I'm going to do that right here. There you go. And then we're going to get on the motorcycle and leave. And that's it. We're done with the heist. The Cayo Perico heist is just so darn easy. It really is. Alright, so let's head down here. And then squeeze through. Okay, and then you want to cut off at a little bit of an angle like this. The reason why is because once we cut into the water, we're going to look for 3 of these triangular shaped mines. We can see all 3 of them right in front of me. All you have to do is swim right in the middle of these mines. So, I'm going to swim right into the middle. We're just entering the first one. God, my character swims slow. Okay, but right about here, and we sit still. This is it. That's all I got to do. We've completed the heist, ladies and gentlemen. In a couple seconds, you're going to see everything go to black. There you go. Done. That's it. Wow, that was pretty dang easy. We did it undetected, first try, and we also did it under, I would assume, 10 minutes or so pretty dang easy. Now I do have to go through a cutscene here, so I'll come back when we're done with the cutscene. Heist passed. There you go. We did it. So, how much did I make? 1.44 million. That's honestly a lot. Plus 10 minutes and 24 seconds, meaning that I got the Elite Challenge done, which is going to be an additional chunk of money, which should be 50,000 extra if I'm not mistaken. Boom. And I should get a first-time completion. I'm not sure if I get it here, though, or after. Either way, $1.5 million is a pretty solid take for my first heist, and basically paid for the Kosatka. The Kosatka was 2.25 million, and I just earned 1.5 million. So that means I'm only down, what, 750,000? I mean, that's nothing. It shows you just how darn good it is. So yeah, we got everything we needed. The fencing fee was 0. That's right, there is no fencing fee because this is the Madrazo files. That's why I made so much. So we are going to get a first-time bonus. It should deposit after this. I'll see exactly how much it is. I think it's like 250,000 or $100,000, but there you go. And there you go, $200,000 for the first time bonus as well. So that's pretty dang sweet. So in total, I made $1.6 million with the Cayo Perico heist, making this, well, a pretty profitable heist itself, and I already have $3 million in my bank account. That's insane! I have $3 million in my bank account already. And, let me double check really quick if I have any money to claim from my nightclub. I do. Sweet, $49,000 from my safe. I've already made like $700,000 from my nightclub just playing. Pretty sweet, honestly. So let me deposit all of that money. And just like that, I got a boatload. I mean, now I can easily do what I want, and that is to purchase, well, I got two options. I can either purchase the Sparrow, or I can get my hands on an agency. But I think I'm going to be smart about this, and while I do think the agency is a super important purchase, I also think getting my hands on a Sparrow is even more important, so we're going to purchase the Sparrow for $1.8 million, because it's absolutely mandatory. Because now I can go right to Service Vehicles, Kosatka, and call out my personal Sparrow. I mean, this is so important to use, because it's just going to make traveling so easy. For any of you that are unaware, behind the scenes, for my grinding, I have literally been either driving to the nearest airport to steal a helicopter, or I've been driving by car back and forth manually to each location. And you can imagine that is an absolute pain in the butt. It wastes a lot of time and isn't necessarily very fun. So yeah, having a Sparrow now is going to be incredible. Like, this is going to make life so darn easy, especially for grinding the Cayo Perico heist. I'm actually going to be able to just use my Sparrow. Wow. Well, there you go. Already, within the first couple days of grinding on this account, how much time do I have on it? I have 16 hours on this account so far. I've earned $6 million. That's a pretty good chunk of money earned, especially judging that I haven't even had a business, really, until getting my hands on a Kosatka. So, yeah, pretty sweet stuff. I am going to quickly make my way inside of my Kosatka, and I'm going to purchase the missile upgrades for the Sparrow as well, because the missile upgrades are super important. See, a lot of people always talk about the Oppressor Mark II, and it being so good. And trust me, the Oppressor Mark II, it is a good and important purchase to make. But at the same time, as good as the Oppressor Mark II is, you also have to have a Sparrow. Because I can purchase the Kosatka and get the Sparrow right after, and it's just way easier than having to save up for a terabyte, then having to purchase the Oppressor. and upgrade it. I mean, it would take me another 2 weeks of grinding to get that. Versus this, I can already get mounted homing missiles just like that upgraded. I can choose the paint job. Let's do, you know, I've never done a red Sparrow before. How about we do a red Sparrow, boom, and then we can do the flares as well, countermeasures. So there you go. I still have $1 million in my bank account, which is how much I had when I started, and I'm fully set up. This is great. Wow. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!